here in beautiful Seattle. And I hope you like offense because we have the two most entertaining, highest scoring offenses going head-to-head with Seattle and Houston. The quarterbacks, the quick release of Brandon Silvers going up against the unpredictable yet electric Ben DiNucci. The receivers are loaded. John Trey Kirkland last week threw and caught a touchdown, and Josh Gordon, by far the most accomplished receiver in the XFL. What does this mean for the standings? Well, Seattle was a preseason favorite, yet they need a win here tonight. They need DC to beat St. Louis, and if those two things happen, then Seattle will be in a tie for second place in the North. In the South, heck, Houston doesn't need any help at all. With that, hello and welcome to Seattle. I'm Loa Galindo here with Sam Acho, talking about this Houston Roughnecks club. They've got the cheat code for the XFL. Here's how they've done it. They took the run and shoot, mixed it with the air raid, with players and coaches that know both systems. Then they loaded up on pass rushers, and it's been perfection. We should point out the XFL leader in sacks, Trent Harris, is out tonight for Houston.
But they also have another beast on the other side. His name is Tim Ward. He's 6'6", 270. Some of his coaches have described him as hell on wheels. This dude's a beast. He has 4 sacks, 5 tackles for losses. So no Anthony Harris, but Tim Ward is going to hold it down.
How about the matchup of the offensive coordinators? A.J. Smith from Houston learned everything in the game from June Jones, who's the OC for Seattle. They not only want to beat each other, they want to beat each other by scoring the most points you can imagine. So let's get it started off. Eric McLean standing by with June Jones.
Coach Jones, you have the #1 offense, #1 passing, #1 rushing. You're going against a very good defense tonight. What's the key for your success?
Well, we're going to take care of the football, #1, and we're just going to do what we do, and hopefully we can read the coverage faster and quicker than they play.
Very unique opportunity here tonight, playing against your guy, AJ. He calls you his teacher. He said you taught him everything he knows. How cool is this moment, you two going head-to-head?
Well, you know, I really haven't thought about it. AJ's been a good friend. He was coaching high school when I was at SMU. I hired him at SMU, and then he coached for me at the Roughnecks. So I'm kind of rooting for them, but hopefully we win by 1.
Appreciate that, Coach. From the teacher to the student, T-Mac.
Here with Houston offensive coordinator A.J. Smith. June Jones, you said you credit everything you have in football to him. Now you're facing off against him. How do you prepare to go against your mentor?
Well, you know, 14 years ago when I started learning this offense, learning from guys like John Jenkins, Mouse Davis, and, of course, now June Jones, I was learning to carry the torch, not face the torch. And the fact that's happening tonight, I mean, this is going to be one of the most memorable games I'll ever coach in my life.
What type of friendly wager is on this game?
Well, we said the first person to run the ball has to buy drinks back in Arlington, so that's on the line. But whoever passes the most, there's a driver I want, and he said he'd get it for me. So we got to throw the ball a little bit tonight.
All right, may the odds be in your favor. Thank you.
Thank you.
And speaking of the odds, 43 points is your total, the highest in the XFL this season. We'll get into that a little bit more through the broadcast. The opening kickoff, both teams at the 30 and 35. They cannot leave until the ball is caught by Dejon Lee. Lee takes it out to the 20. We're going to check in with A.J. Smith, his initial play call. This should be a tribute and a friendly jab.
260.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
The trips left 260.
Here we go. Let's do
The
this
trips
shit.
left 260.
On the trips left, 260 on 1. Ready? Go.
Brandon Silvers, the quarterback, and there is the shovel pass to Max Borghi. Borghi to the 30, sidestepping, and a nice game to start it off. Now the tribute, that goes out to Mouse Davis, the godfather of the run and shoot. The friendly jab was to June Jones, who removed that play call from the run and shoot playbook. Gotta love the gamemanship between two close friends. Silvers to throw. And a heads-up defensive play by Bryce Thompson.
All right, give me this, give me this. Give me line up trio right, and stack it. Y shift, red Hellfire, red check Hellfire.
Hey, red check Hellfire on, ready?
Y shift. Run it 10 seconds, shifting.
Go.
Silvers staying up, but eventually brought down, and it's the Seattle pass rush getting home. Austin Fallu, the standout from Oregon, with the sack.
Spread right purple, spread right purple. Spread right purple.
So you hear that purple call, it's going to be a hard count. You get to the line early, you can hear the hard count, then A.J. Smith will give the offense the call.
Third and 15, free play for Silvers, taking a shot, sideline,
Flag
and
down.
incomplete for Deontay Burnett.
Give me a prelim number.
51.
Got it.
Lined up in.
Offside defense, number 51. 5-yard penalty, repeat third down.
There we go, good shit, good shit.
There's Jim Haslett, defensive-minded head coach for Seattle. The Sea Dragons, the preseason favorite.
Hey, blue, check, hey, blue and orange.
Houston, the current favorite.
Watch that safety right there.
Go.
Silvers, sideline for Jonte Kirkland. Incomplete. Lyndon Stevens running with them.
So one thing you notice about each and every one of these corners for Seattle is that they all can cover. They stay so tight to their coverage, and they turn around and know when the ball's coming before it gets there.
Now that is a play that Houston could challenge. You see at the bottom of the scoreboard, the red dashes, those are the challenges. You need one timeout available to call for a challenge, and it can challenge anything. Race Porter punts it away. Gunners cannot leave until the ball is punted. Kelvin McKnight, bang! Goes down hard.
Turn it up.
Ben Putnam with authority. June Jones now calling the play.
860 Aloha.
Go, go.
X and Z9. Get
Here we
good
go.
splits. Good split slots.
Good. Here we go. 860 on 2, ready.
Ben DiNucci, his quarterback, former Dallas Cowboys project, started one game in place of Dak Prescott.
Hot! Hot!
DiNucci throwing to the leading receiver in terms of receptions and yards in the XFL, Ja'Cour Pearson.
Blue Tajon. Pistol. Tackles right. Strong left. 24 Denver. Pistol. Tackles right. Strong left. 24 Denver.
Tackles right, strong left, 24 Denver on 2, ready. Left, 20 Denver.
So you're that tackle's right. It's going to be an unbalanced formation. Both tackles are to the right-hand side. That Denver is an inside zone.
Josh Gordon, the former All-Pro, wearing 0. He's at the top of your screen.
Hot! Hot!
And it looks like June Jones is buying drinks back in Arlington, because that is Darius Bradwell with the first carry of the game.
Trio left. 80 Z Indy X levels. Trio left. 80 Z Indy X levels.
80 on 2, ready.
So Bradwell getting the start at running back, the leading rusher in the XFL. Morgan Ellison is available, but not starting for Seattle. He's had some nagging injuries the past 2 weeks.
Hot! Hot!
3rd and 3. DiNucci. Good mitts by Juwan Green. First down yardage.
Hell of a catch!
X bunch left. Tampa 8 smoke. X bunch left. Tampa 8 smoke.
Here we go, Tampa on 2, ready.
That Tampa call for this offense, it's that power look with the H on the left side, the smoke screen look.
Take go! Hot! Hot!
Bradwell, right side, brought down, tackle for loss, and that is Tim Ward. So no Trent Harris, but Tim Ward from Old Dominion making the stop.
Read one pill. Dime, double mug, read one pill.
Here we go. 91 on 2, ready.
I love the communication from Tim Ward. You see him doing that thing with his head. That means he's peeling, him in the other end. You rush, and if the running back releases, you got him.
Alert the pill.
Hot! Hot!
DiNucci back to the air, gets it off as he goes down. The adjustment not made in time by Josh Gordon. And Tim Ward with the pressure.
Yeah.
Go, Bug.
Let's go spread left, stack left, 91 Indiana X cross.
Here we go.
91
on 2, ready.
Indiana X cross, stack left.
Dig, dig, dig. Here we go, here we go. 5-0, 5-0. Set, go.
Go ahead of you.
Hot! Hot!
Tim Ward taking this play off. DiNucci, Woodton, crossing to Josh Gordon, incomplete. Broken up by Jordan Mosley out of Maryland.
So the great thing about this play, you heard that peel call. It means we're bringing pressure. Got to play man-to-man. But if the running back blocks, you don't have to peel. It's a way to get not only simulated pressure, but to create real pressure. But as long as you can cover on the back end.
Cameron Nizelek out of Georgia. Punted in the NFL with the Falcons to boot it away. Back deep is William Likely, leading the XFL in punt return yards. Fair caught at the 20. There's a little betting between A.J. Smith and his mentor, June Jones.
But it's during the kick, so we're going to come with it 15 this way because that's the kicking team.
The play's
During the kick, tripping, kicking team number 96. The penalty to be added to the end of the kick. It'll be first down, Houston. Timeout.
So the wager was, you run first, you're buying drinks. June Jones ran first. They first linked up at SMU when June Jones was a head coach. A.J. Smith had the chance to learn under him and Hal Mummy. That's quite a big three. Now Smith in Houston trying to take down his mentor and the former head coach of the Houston franchise, June Jones, and batted down by the playmaker Jordan Evans out of Oklahoma.
All right, here we go. Give me this. Give me this. Give me low check swing. Low check swing. Wide shallow change. Low check swing.
Low
wide
check
shallow
swing.
change.
On one, ready? Low check swing.
It is good. Smith, you got the dig.
Go.
Telling Silvers he has the dig. You'll hear Smith talk to his players right up until the snap, as that's complete to Cedric Bird out of Hawaii.
All right, here we go, third down. Here we go, give me spread right purple again. Spread right purple, line up, Ferrari, 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 spread right purple.
And you heard that purple last time around. The hard count, as soon as the jump, it's a free play.
Go. Hot. Easy.
All right, good. All right, give me this. Give me Z smash and run streak on the backside. Z smash, red check. Here we go.
Go.
Crowd here in Seattle into it. Silvers to Borghi, and he's brought down yet again by Jordan Evans.
Everyone on the back end is locked up. Look at all these man-to-man. It's man-to-man. Everyone's locked up, and so you see Silvers has to go to the check down. Jordan Evans, he collisions the running back, slows him up, and then he's able to make that tackle. This is great coverage. The DBs for Seattle are ready to play.
So expecting a lot of offense right out of the gate. Right now, no points. Hope you took the under to this point. That's blocked. Seattle gets a piece of it. Elijah Holder with the rejection. Holder, a Stanford man.
Notice Elijah Holder, he's off the edge. He just dips and rips. This is busted coverage on the left side, a busted assignment. Elijah Holder leans, gets the block.
Spread left. Flip 91, H-lock, Hank F check. Flip 91, H-lock, Hank F check.
91 on 2, ready. Here we go. Set, go! Hot! Hot!
Quick strike and complete to Damian Willis. He played with Brandon Silvers at Troy.
Let's go trips right, 81x9 divide.
Here we go.
Trips right, 81x9 divide.
81 on 2, ready.
Seattle coming off a slow start to their game offensively this weekend against San Antonio. Taking a shot to the end zone, underthrown, and the ball is broken up by a Jane Harris, standout from USC.
Jane Harris out of USC. Notice he plays it a little early, but he's in phase with the receiver, and he's able to make that breakup.
Tampa.
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Right, Tampa.
Here we go, Tampa on 2, ready. Tampa, Tampa, Tampa. Let's go.
Say Seattle receiving core.
Set, go!
With Jacour Pearson leading the XFL in receptions and yards. Blake Jackson, who was second in catches. DiNucci will take it himself. Right at the first down marker. And that's an element to his game.
Yeah, DiNucci's an elusive runner. Yes, he's a great passer, but what he makes his hay is with his legs.
3rd and 1.
Here we go. 60 on 2, ready. 60. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Set, go!
No leading rusher, Morgan Ellison to this point for Seattle. Too easy pitch and catch, Jacour Pearson. The breakout star of the XFL moves the chains.
The one thing that defensive coordinator Brian Stewart worried about were some of these pick routes, these rub routes, and that's what we saw right here. Jacour Pearson lined up at 3. Man-to-man, it got rubbed off, you got the 2 yards. You hear that Bucks call, also that Tampa call. That's his power, right? Last time DiNucci kept it. Let's see if he keeps it or if he hands it off.
Houston with the #1 scoring defense in the XFL, trying to bow up here inside the red zone. So a lot of talk about the coordinators, but Wade Phillips has been the head coach of the Bills, Broncos, and Cowboys. Jim Haslett, former coach of the year with the Saints. They're about the defense.
Here we go, 880 on 2, ready. Set, go!
DiNucci flush. Gets it off, but it's out of the reach of Damian Willis.
Hand out of the net.
Here we go, 881 on 2, ready. Let's go, let's go. Flat.
So last time we saw this, we saw inside breaking routes on the right side.
DiNucci sees daylight. This is what they want him to do more. Step up and run. DiNucci, end zone. He's in. Seattle on the board. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
Let's go! Here we go.
So let's set up the extra points.
860.
We don't kick extra points in the XFL. You can go for the 1-point conversion from the 2-yard line.
Here we go.
You got the 2-point from the 5, and the June Jones special 3 points from the 10. They've done this for every attempt except one, and that has no shot. Intended for Damian Willis. But Seattle strikes first. It's Ben DiNucci legging it in from 20 yards out on 3rd down against the #1 3rd down defense in the XFL. And he was rightfully barking a little bit after that score.
You and I were just talking off cam there. Running quarterback kills electric defenses. What'd you see on that drive?
Yeah, guys are doing a good job keeping me upright. 3rd and long there, you know they're going to drop in coverage. Nothing was there. Tried to use my feet, made a play. Got through the line of scrimmage and tried to find the end zone. That's what I did. So happy to draw first blood. Our defense got to keep balling.
There you go, Lowell.
Eric, thank you so much. DiNucci, 29 rushing yards on that drive as Lee will return just inside the goal lines. That's really a perfect kick by Seattle. And the Roughnecks will set up at the 20. So look at the scoreboard. You see the OU, that's the over, under, or the total. It's at 43 points. So that's saying it's gonna be 43 combined points by these teams. If you take the over, you need 44 to collect. 43, by the way, is the highest in the XFL this season. Houston is also favored by 5 points. Houston has now been favored in every game this season. They've covered in every game. Silvers to throw. And he's got Justin Smith, the burner from Norfolk State.
Trips right, Bucks. Trips right, Bucks.
Hey, trips right, Bucks. On one, ready?
It's Brian Stewart, defensive coordinator for Houston, checking out the film on the tablet.
Go.
The shifty and elusive
Good.
Bryson Allen.
Trips right, purple. Trips right, purple. Line up quick. Ferrari, line up. Trips right, purple. Trips right, purple.
Hey, trips right, purple, ready? Purple.
Line it up.
Is a small yet fast Houston offense. Borghi, the only running back or receiver at 200 pounds.
Check swing.
Justin Smith, the only receiver or running back at 6 feet.
No, cat. Z slide, cat.
Go.
Travell Harris on the flat. Caught 2 touchdown passes last week. Was trying to get an extra block from Cedric Bird, but that didn't materialize.
Red F will Z snap.
So here's the great thing. You see the coverage early. Brandon Silvers rises down the field. Missed coverage. Travell Harris gets the extra yardage.
Hey, red F will Z snap going, ready?
Hey. There it is, snap it. Don't look at it set up.
Here we go.
Over the middle, complete to Deontay Burnett. Slipping 2 tackles in the extra yardage. They're not big, Sam, but they're relentless.
They thrive in yards after catch.
Give me trips left, Brown blast. Trips left, Brown blast.
Hey, trips left, Brown, black. On one, ready?
And for this offense, these blast plays, it's a running play, but it's really a pass play. It's a pass out wide that simulates a run.
Strike to Bird, one-on-one. And that's what both these offenses are all about, getting one-on-one opportunities.
It's getting the ball in open space. Even if you're not running the ball, throw that quick pass, and it simulates a run.
Trips right, dog, Detroit dog. Trips right, Detroit dog.
Let's get this one. Hey, Detroit, on one, ready? Detroit.
Four straight completions to Silvers. Houston to the ground, and there he goes! Bryson Allen from Delaware State to the end zone here in Seattle. Oh, hold on now, and a backflip. But a flag is down.
Different run. Holding, offense, number 10. The 10-yard penalty is enforced from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Spread right, red, H3.
We've got balls at the 32. Okay, we're replaying second down, so we're good. We're still short of the line of game. So we're on the 32, going to the 27.
So that's a VP of officiating for the XFL, Dean Blandino. He's reviewing everything in the command center back in Van Nuys, California. Borghi checks into the game. And Sam, this is tough when you do a backflip and then you have to bring it back.
And so this Detroit play, for them it's a draw. And so Bryson Aline, he has the space he needs. And then you're going to see Lyndon Stevens, number 21 for Seattle, trying to get off the block.
I just assumed that
little hold is what keeps that play from being a touchdown. The effort is what makes it happen.
Aline hit the hole, hit the end zone, hit the backflip, and then had to bring it back at the end of one. 6-0 Seattle.
Don't show tight. Don't show tight. Huddle up. Stay huddled.
Between quarters, we heard Houston OC AJ Smith tell his coaches we should have challenged that play, the holding call on Justin Smith. We now bring in Dean Blandino. Dean, if Houston did challenge, what would have been the outcome?
Ruling on the field would have stood. We were looking at it, trying to get an ISO shot. We could see that there was actually a grab. Tough to tell how much material restriction there was, but didn't have enough evidence to overturn had Houston challenged.
Dean, thank you.
Got it.
And Sam, that's been the most effective use of the challenge from coaches in the XFL. Penalties that were called or not called.
That's what XFL coaches have been doing. They've challenged plays specifically like that, where they think there should have been a penalty, and oftentimes they've been successful.
But you would have burned your timeout and lost your challenge for the game if you were Houston. Borghi, and it's now 7 straight completions for Silver. He slips ahead of a neck tackle, and that's going to be close to a first down.
Okay, good.
And moving the chains.
Okay, here we go. Give me this. Trips left, Brown blast. Trips left, Brown blast.
Borghi was a star at Washington State, played for Mike Leach and Nick Radolovich.
Okay, right. Said if you get the wall, you got it to go outside. Quick drop step.
So that is air raid and run and shoot. Quick pass to Cedric Byrd for a few yards.
All right, give me this. Give me red F-win prop. Red F-win prop.
Here we go. Here we go. Hey, red F-win. Owen, ready?
One thing about this offense is that they love to set up plays for the future. So those blast plays, those plays where it's like this quick screen, be wary because when they go to the pass, they've thrown it off a fake.
Read corner first.
8 straight completions for Silvers. Check down. Aline was open. He's probably doing a backflip again if that ball is not batted down by Nico Lelos.
Nico Lelos. So if you know you can't get to the quarterback, keep your eyes on him and knock it down. He's out of St. Vincent, St. Mary, the same high school that LeBron James went to, also a former basketball player. That's a block right there.
Wolfpack, Wolfpack.
Had some of those LeBron-like hops.
He got a tweet from LeBron his first NFL game with the Giants.
Divide special on one there. F option. F option. Blue, blue, blue. We gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go.
5 on the clock.
Go. All right.
Urgency for Silvers on 3rd and 7. Backside pressure. Ball is out. Seattle has it. Antoine Brooks forced the fumble. Daniel Joseph pounced on it.
One of the great things about the Seattle defense, they'll have little guys, corners, safeties up around the line of scrimmage and blitzing. Antoine Brooks, most safeties most safeties, when they're up around the line of scrimmage, you might just want to get a sack. But he's thinking, they've worked on this. Let me get that ball out, because not only is it a sack, it's also a fumble, and then recovered by Daniel Joseph at NC State.
And what did Ron Zook tell us coming into this game? His head coach, Jim Haslett, told him we need takeaways. That's only the second all season long.
This team has been the worst in the XFL at taking the ball away. Talked to June Jones earlier. He said, man, if we can get some turnovers, our offense will even be more unstoppable.
DiNucci facing pressure from up the middle. Pearson with the catch, breaking the 50.
That runner's looking better defense.
21 yards.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, here we go. Hey, Bucks on 2, ready.
So these calls, this Bucks and the Tampa calls, you know they're power plays, they're inside runs, but they're setting up for something different, the RPO, run pass option.
Bradwell with the carry, positive yards, carrying the pile for 5. Week 5 in the XFL continues Saturday night with an FX doubleheader. The 4-0 Defenders and the 3-1 Battlehawks. Then the Guardians and Vipers. One team's going to come away with their first win. Sunday night on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes, the Renegades square off against the Brahmas at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Every game also available on ESPN+. That DC St. Louis game is huge for Seattle. If they can get a win tonight and DC wins, they'll be in second in the XFL North. Pearson eludes one tackler. An aggressive stop by Kerry Vincent, but Pearson wins that battle. T-Mac.
Thanks so much. Here with center Alex Mollett. You guys were just coming down here and talking over some stuff on the iPad. What was said?
We just need to settle down, eliminate the mistakes, eliminate the penalties. And, you know, we do that. We're in the end zone, and the score's a little different right now.
How do you combat some of the pressure they're getting on your quarterback?
We just need to block it up, ID it right, and, you know, we get a hat on a hat. I think we'll be good.
Thank you. Lowell?
T-Mac, thank you. Bradwell. Close to a face mask. There was no flag. And again, this is the type of play that you can challenge in the XFL. It wasn't initially called, but you can challenge for 15 yards. Bigger concern, however, a Seattle player is down. That's Liam Jimmins, the offensive tackle from USC. Just came up with a huge play. Antoine Brooks out of Maryland, backside pressure forces the fumble. Seattle recovers. Here's the conversation that led up to that.
They're just throwing fast on everything, Ron. You got to try something different.
Sam, how important are those in-game adjustments?
Well, those in-game adjustments are everything. He said, try something different. We have to be able to get to the quarterback. We can't let them sit back and be comfortable. It means you have to play man-to-man, but they're comfortable with their defenders.
DiNucci, screen to the left. Josh Gordon barely holds on. And a fine open field tackle by Jordan Mosley.
Not coming, Josh.
Trips right. 81, X stop, Indiana.
Here we go, 81 on 2, ready. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Set, go!
Seattle 3 for 4 on 3rd down. DiNucci, Josh Gordon didn't see it, but there is a flag.
You got 2 flags. You got 2 flags. Hold offense.
I've got illegal contact.
Defense. What's your number?
0.
0. 23. Offense. 0. Okay. There are multiple fouls on the play. Holding. Offense. Number 23. Illegal contact. 0. Defense. Those penalties offset. Repeat 3rd down.
So the penalties on Darius Bradwell.
He might have wanted that.
And Kerry Vincent for Houston.
Here we go. Here we go. 90. Block. 90 on 2. Ready. F check. F check.
Meanwhile, Josh Gordon, who's number 2 in the XFL in yards, has 1 catch, but no yards to show for it.
Set, go! Hut! Hut!
Danucci popped, absolutely rocked, and it's picked off in the end zone. Sean Davis, another Maryland Terrapin with the INT, but Jordan Mosley absolutely hammered Ben Danucci.
This is why this defense is one of the best in the XFL in taking the ball away. They bring pressure, and when it's up in the air, they catch it.
This is the only knock on the Seattle offense. That's their 10th turnover, which now moves them past Orlando for the most in the league.
Yeah, and it's the turnover margin that hurts the most, right? I get it if you turn it over, but if you're not taking it away, it makes it even worse. The Seattle Sea Dragons are last in the XFL in turnover margin, and this is part of the reason why, being reckless with the football.
You've heard us say Maryland a lot. This Houston defense is built around players that Brian Stewart has coached in the past, and he's had 2 recent stints at Maryland where a lot of these guys played for him.
Especially the guys on the back end. Brian Stewart says, man, all our back end guys, they were with me at Maryland, so they understand his scheme.
Hold on, Ben.
Yeah, contact high.
This is my best look. Near handheld will be the next shot. Yep, I'm looking at it. So he comes in, head up. I've got him leading with the hands, head up. I don't see any forcible contact to the head neck area. It's a big hit, but it looks to be legal. Let me just take a look at this near handheld. Yeah, still got the head up. I've got nothing in the head neck area. All right, Jason, after review, we're gonna let the play stand. No roughing the passer. Your spot is good at the 26.
So that was a Seattle challenge.
Your son.
Team can challenge anything.
After review, the ruling on the field stands. There is no foul. Seattle loses the timeout and their 1 challenge for the game. The results play as first down, Houston.
So Jim Haslett's hot. He didn't get the call, but compare this to the NFL where he has no shot to challenge something like that.
In the XFL, you're allowed to challenge any play that has been called, any play in the game. You have to be specific, though, so we challenged specifically that was a roughing the passer. Dean Blandino, VP of officiating, looked at it. No call, you lose the timeout, no more challenge.
T-Mac.
Davis, what did you see to come up with that interception?
I seen a quarterback threw a duck, so I shot it down and grabbed it.
Your defense puts so much pressure on quarterbacks. How does that open up you guys to make plays?
The pass rush and coverage run together. So, as long as we're working together, we feed off each other, we come up with plays like that.
Appreciate it. Lowell?
Sean Davis with 3 interceptions moves him into a tie for the most in the XFL. Michael Joseph for DC also has 3.
Go.
Silvers complete. That's first down yardage to Nick Hawley out of Kent State. This is what the hit sounded like on Danucci.
Hut!
Easy. Hey, low check swing.
It's a brutal game, Sam.
Go.
Silvers complete to Ben Putnam, and Putnam has a first down. Played his college ball for Jay Norvell at Nevada.
Here we go. Good shit, Ben. Here we go. Hey, trip left. Lion. Dog going. Ready? Lion.
So that Lion calls that draw play again for this team. Go.
Draw 2, Dejon Lee. The undersized running back is tripped up by Nico Lelos.
All right, good.
The first 4 episodes of the nine-part docu-series Player 54, Chasing the XFL Dream, are available now on ESPN+. Award-winning director Peter Berg brings you inside the creation of the XFL and takes an in-depth look at the players and coaches living their dream of playing professional football. To get ESPN+, go to ESPNplus.com or download the ESPN app.
Go!
Empty for Brandon Silvers, is 12 of 16. On the line, complete to Putman. That's good for about 9 yards. Talk about unlikely stories. Ben Putman is one of them. Was barely used at Nevada until playing in the Arizona Bowl. Had 4 catches for 114 yards. He was a special teams player before that. Jay Norvell, his head coach, at the trophy presentation announced he was going on scholarship during the celebration. He never heard, so he had no idea he was on scholarship. 3rd and 1, Cole McDonald checks in at quarterback. McDonald will keep. And down to the 35-yard line, little wrinkle there.
Yeah, Cole. Yeah. So one thing you see here, you see the extra offensive lineman on the right. Cole McDonald from Hawaii, he loves running the ball. When he's in the game, usually the 2-point play or the 3-point play, they love to keep him on the quarterback zone read. So that's what you have to be aware of every time he gets in the game.
The clock will continue to run after first downs, incompletions, out-of-bound plays, up until the 2-minute warning when it will turn into the college-style rules. Silver's back in with plenty of time, and that's overthrown to Deontay Burnett.
If it's pressed, we got to get off it. All right, here we go. Give me this. Go, give me a right check swing, H shallow change. Right check swing, H shallow change.
H shallow change. Owen, ready? Right check swing. We've seen a few draw plays already. All these draw plays do is they slow down a defense, and so you may not get a lot of yards on them. We have the defensive linemen say, man, maybe it's going to be a draw. I don't want to get up the field.
The total is 43, the highest in the XFL this season. 6 points as of now. Silvers lets it fly to Putman, and he is shut down by Thompson.
We talk about that total, that over-under a lot. The thing to remember for people who are thinking about the overs and the unders.
Okay, here we go. Give me same well, no clear. The same well with no clear.
Same well. Owen, ready? The thing to remember is that these defenses practice against similar offenses, and so they're ready for what's happening.
Outside release, receivers. Every receiver outside release.
Checking it down. Borgie stays alive, stays up in a hurdle. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Seattle's bringing a ton of pressure. How do you slow down a team that brings pressure? Screens and draws. It keeps defenders not as aggressive.
What do you think about the field position here for a punt? Because if you cook this into the end zone, it's coming out at the 35-yard line.
You know your defense has been playing well. You know it's a little bit out of your field goal kicker's range, and so you trust your punter to be able to get it down at least within the 10-yard line, even though you're not allowed to leave until the ball's kicked.
And there is a penalty flag.
Cat, see if he wants to delay the moving back or not. Take back.
He wants the yardage.
Delay game, kicking team. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
So they're looking for more yards to back up to get more room, because if you put this out of bounds inside the 35, there's no directional punting. It's coming out on the 35. If it goes into the end zone, it's also coming out at the 35.
So field position is huge in this punt. This punt can't get in the end zone, can't even be close.
Seattle has already gotten a piece of one punt so far tonight. Fair catch called for. A doozy at the 10-yard line. Ben DiNucci and the Seattle Sea Dragons offense back to work with 6 points to show for it when we return. He took the under for tonight's game. The man is brilliant. He's got St. Louis, who's a 2-point dog against DC. Vegas, the 7-point favorite against Orlando, both teams winless, and he's taking the under with Arlington and San Antonio. He gave him $100 last week in Monopoly money. He made more than $75 off that. So Fitzy getting it done. We miss you. We hope you're having an amazing time with your daughters. Ben DiNucci in Seattle, worst field position of the night from the end zone. Wow, had to get rid of that with Tim Ward breathing down his neck. The total here, 43.
80, Z Indy, H levels. Trips left, 80, Z Indy, H levels.
80 on 2, ready.
The highest total in the XFL. We got 6 points with 4 minutes left. Both these teams can light it up in an instant. But long odds if you took the over. Here's Ward again with pressure. DiNucci dancing on the goal line. Throws it away right at the line of scrimmage. It's going to set up a 3rd and long. So Houston
trips left, 80,
feels that DiNucci is comfortable scrambling. They don't think he handles pressure from the middle very well.
So what they're trying to do is they want to keep him in the pocket, but we're noticing he's been able to scramble not only to get yards, but also scramble to find receivers open downfield.
We have not seen the XFL leading rusher Morgan Ellison tonight. DiNucci, clean pocket with time. 1st down, yardage into the midst of Damian Willis.
The beautiful thing about this play was 2 plays before. We heard June Jones say, hey, nice job on a throwaway. It was a throwaway. Well, that throwaway, which is a non-interception, sets up this play right here to Jordan Willis. You stay alive, another down.
23 yards for Willis out of Troy. Has 9 NFL catches for 82 yards in his career. All with the Cincinnati Bengals. DiNucci, quick pass, batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Well, going back to that 3rd down play there, Houston up front tried to run some games. You saw great patience by the right side, catching the games. Great job giving the quarterback time. I've been really impressed with this pass pro on the edges.
How comfortable does DiNucci look when he's facing pressure?
Man, I got to tell you, he is comfortable getting out in space. He is very confident in his legs, his ability to gain yards, but also scramble to get guys open and throw down the field.
He's got a 20-yard touchdown, the lone score tonight. Empty. Nice touch. Pearson is there. Takes the hit to the 35. The mighty might that likes to go by Peasy. He ain't too small.
You gotta love Peasy. So once again, we see a switch route. Ja'Cour Pearson, he goes outside, comes back inside, accepts the contact, dominant player.
Content creator, YouTuber, destroying. D, your guy's going crazy. JP, he's out here busting heads, man. What you seeing?
As he would say, just chill. He does this. He does that to ones. He does it at the pro level. He gonna always do it. That's JPZ, man.
So you found him at a workout, some one-on-one stuff, huh?
He's been doing his thing, but yeah, he came out to our ones. He's won like 6 of them. Took a lot of my money, but hey, big players gonna get big pays, man.
That's what they do, Lowell. That's what they do.
And Eric, I will contend that no player has made more of a name for themselves this season in the XFL than Ja'Cour Pearson. It's unreal.
We saw him make plays last week. We interviewed him. He said, just chill, just chill. He's 5'7", he's 170, but he knows how to be elusive in space. That's what makes him so special.
They target him a lot. 40 targets on the season, 10 more than any other player in the XFL. DiNucci with time, and that's Willis, who's been very active tonight. To the 20.
Cowboys. Cowboys.
Matchups coming up this weekend. DC St. Louis is so critical for Seattle. Seattle needs a win and a DC win to put them in a tie with St. Louis for second place in the North. The top two teams advance to the playoffs. Nothing doing there for Darius Bradwell. Devontae Beckett with the stop at the line.
Go, go.
Trips right up. 881 mesh. X post H choice.
881 on 2. Ready.
881.
The toughest part about all these draws and all these screens is that
choice on the backside.
You don't know when to go or when to slow down, and so it keeps defenses way off balance.
Inside the final 2 minutes, college rules with clock stoppages. Wide open is Juwan Green. Green inside the 10-yard line. A standout from Albany. Was an FCS All-American in 2019 when he hauled in 17 touchdowns.
We asked defensive coordinator Brian Stewart, man, what do you do with all these crossing routes? Why do they run them so much? He says, man, they run them because eventually someone's going to come open, whether you're in man or in zone, someone's going to be free. We saw it right there.
Red bile. Time, red bile.
Let's go.
Seattle doing this with no Morgan Ellison, the leading rusher in the XFL. Josh Gordon has been shut down. Only one catch. Oh, good move by DiNucci. Felt it, and his receiver does the rest. Damian Willis, his first touchdown grab of the season.
Which half? What half? Left half.
Part of what makes Ben DiNucci so dangerous is the red zone. So he did this in week 1. He scrambled not to go and run, but he scrambled to throw. We saw earlier in this game he scrambled to run. His eyes are always down the field. In the red zone, you have to do what's called a crush rush. Keep him in the pocket to keep him from being explosive.
Another three-point attempt. It's been all three-pointers except one. The last conversion that Seattle had against San Antonio. Now, we heard the coaches calling and asking for which hash. You're allowed to pick which hash you start from. Three-point attempt from the 10-yard line. Pressure, DiNucci floats it, looking for Green. There could be a PI if this is not called, but it is a score. Juwan Green, how'd he do it?
Yeah, we're looking at it. I was looking at the low end zone, now I'm looking at the handheld. I'm looking at the high end zone. You said the cart. Yeah, no, he's got control. He's clearly in bounds, and he's got left arm around it. Okay, we're clear. You're clear on the try. Good job.
So Dean Blandino taking a look, and to clean everything up with so many unique rules. It's the college rules when it comes to possession of the football. You need 1 foot, one body part down.
1 foot, a hand, an elbow has to be down, not two like the NFL, just one. And similar to the NFL, the ball cannot move when you land, so you have to maintain control of the football. That's what Dean Blandino was looking for.
Hey, and this is the DiNucci difference. When he's taking care of the football, he's a beast.
That's the best thing that I heard. The best thing that I heard this entire game so far was hearing June Jones say, hey, nice play on throwing it away. I asked June Jones earlier, I said, man, what do you tell Ben DiNucci with the turnovers? He said, we don't talk about it. Why? Because if we talk about it, it may happen.
And it's happened for him more than any player in the XFL. DiNucci leads the league in turnovers, but when he's on like he was on that drive, tough to beat. 90 yards for the score. Dominic Eberle to kick it off from the 30. Teams lined up at the 30 and 35. They cannot leave until the ball is caught. There's the catch from Lee. And Lee will take it out, but there is a flag.
Flag down.
Yeah, it's mine, 45. That spot's really good. You got it? During the return, holding, return team number 45, 45, excuse me. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Let's check in with Eric.
Ben, you have such a feel for this pass rush. You're able to move around. You're finding guys downfield. How you doing it?
I'm having fun. These guys are going out there making plays. O-line's doing a heck of a job. I'm in a groove right now. I wish halftime wasn't coming up, but all the kudos to these guys, man. We're playing a heck of a half right now. Got to keep it going in the second half.
There you go, man. That fire's lit, Lil.
And they continue to stoke it. DiNucci has probably the most versatile group of playmakers in the XFL when you consider the upside of Josh Gordon and when they have Morgan Ellison at running back.
And we haven't even talked about Blake Jackson, that really the number 3 receiver for this team.
Now Houston, they got their 3 timeouts. They go to Borghi on first down. Facing their biggest deficit of the season, it's 15-0. It looks like Houston's going to be okay to take this into the half. That's a little surprising to me.
Well, the way this game has gone so far, you know you're down. You know you need to find a way to get some momentum. Sometimes halftime is the best thing for you. You go in the locker room, you regroup, you look at the scoreboard, you say, hey, we're fine at 0-0. Let's go play our game.
T-Mac, what do you got?
Well, you guys have noticed that Houston's been trying to get into a rhythm offensively all half, and they have been without their leading receiver, Jontre Kirkland. This was the opening drive. He came down on his shoulder, immediately went to the trainer. They eventually took him inside to the locker room. He came back out in street clothes. I am told he is ruled out, so they're going to have to try to find a rhythm without their lead guy. We'll see what they say at half.
That's the lead receiver for Houston, and Trent Harris, the leader in sacks in the XFL, is also out.
And you're wondering, why is Houston the team that leads the XFL in sacks? 17 sacks on the season. Why can't they get there? Well, sometimes it takes multiple guys. Now, if you only have Tim Ward, all your focus is on Ward. Trent Harris is no longer there. You can't get as much pressure.
And how about this crowd? Seattle is completely buying into it as well. They love Ben DiNucci, and when he plays like this in the first half, how can you not love him back? Seattle with the lead, 15-0 over Houston. Amazing people as well. We got some good football here. Seattle starting to cook. A 15-0 lead over the Houston Roughnecks, shut out in the first half. So we got a lot to dig into here. Loa Galindo with Sam Acho. We talk about betting, right? Okay, the total was 43. Hope you had the under. That ain't going to hit if you took the over. Houston was a 5-point favorite, and right now it's a 15-point lead for Seattle. But hold your horses a little bit when we talk about the Sea Dragons, because at the start of the season, they were the team to beat. They had the best odds, according to our friends in Vegas, to win the whole thing.
And we're sitting here wondering, well, how can Seattle be 2-2? Well, their first 2 games they lost, but they lost by a combined 6 points. Why did they lose those games? It was turnovers. They had a -7 turnover margin. That was worst in the XFL, but now we've seen them take the ball away, and now they're finding ways to win. That's the difference in the Seattle team from earlier and now.
They got a dude at quarterback. Here's DiNucci inside the Seattle locker room.
Keep balling.
DiNucci, Bob.
Keep balling. Keep balling. Shut out the whole defense. Get the hat. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that. Rice Krispie, applesauce. Gummy, Rice Krispie.
Hey, we ain't done yet, though. Right, let's go. Not done. Not done. We get the ball to start, too.
Rice Krispie.
Yes, sir.
You're looking at a guy in Ben DiNucci that has control of a locker room. The offense believes in him. He's given a shout out to the defense because that's the thing too, right? We like the offense. Somehow Jim Haslett, Ron Zook, and the Seattle defense, they've pitched a shutout in the first half against one of the best offenses in the XFL.
Well, I talked to their linebacker coach not only this week but also last week, even in preparation for this game, Seattle's linebacker coach, Coach Fly, and he said, man, we're ready. We feel like we're ready. Why? Because we play this offense all the time. Seattle and Houston have a similar offense. So you're going against this team not just for 3 or 4 days in practice and walkthrough, but you've been going with them since January when these teams showed up in Arlington at the Hub at training camp. And so Seattle has been preparing in so many ways, whether intrinsically or extrinsically, for this game.
A.J. Smith has been the darling of the coaching staffs in the XFL. His offense for Houston has been unstoppable to this point. We saw signs of frustration, pounding the hands on the desk when things weren't going right in the first half. We get it. You're a competitor. It's the XFL. You want to win. But the big sign to me was going into the half with 3 timeouts left, they let the clock wind down. That is not indicative of an air raid or run and shoot offense. They want to score always.
But it is indicative of a team that is finally facing adversity. That's one thing we heard from Seattle when we met with their coaches. Seattle said, man, I don't know if Houston's really faced some adversity. Well, when you face it, sometimes you really just need to recharge and reset. Go back and say, hey, we know who we are. They gave us their best shot. Now let's go and play our game rather than try to force something with 30 seconds left and then put yourself in a worse position.
And here's A.J. Smith talking with his starting quarterback, Brandon Silvers.
Are you gonna? Is there not a running clock in here? I think Jazz is running out.
Yeah, I'm going back to divide with. I'm gonna keep the back. So, I know.
Dropping here. I mean, I was about to drop straight back. He still got over to me. So
they've seen the change on the tablet now, so that may not be there. So I think I'm gonna go regular. I'm wondering if I should stack it.
Hey, on them slides, they get that coverage, and you already hit the bubble guy late. You know, be alert for that. You know what I'm saying? Just keep digging and dumping.
So, Sam, take us inside that conversation because they're obviously talking about things that they're doing offensively and how Seattle is reacting.
Well, I love what I heard. He said, because this is the difference in the XFL, there's the X10 tablets. And so in these tablets, you can actually not just look at pictures, but watch tape. He said, no, they've seen the changes we're making on the film. So now we have to make some adjustments at halftime, maybe things that they have not seen before.
Love the XFL halftimes. We have offensively and defensively, 15-0 lead over the undefeated Houston Roughnecks, the current favorites to win it all in the XFL. Let's check out our first half stats brought to you by Progressive. Sam, what stands out?
It's the rushing yards. It's only 34 for Seattle, but remember how those were got. Those were got by Ben DiNucci. That's the difference in these quarterbacks. Ben DiNucci is more elusive and more explosive as a runner. He had that 20-yard touchdown run, the 9-yard run earlier. That's been the difference in this game, how Seattle's been able to score points as opposed to Houston.
To properly frame up the 0 points for Houston, they lead the XFL in scoring offense by nearly 6 points a game. So by a touchdown, essentially, and they've got nothing here in the first half. The home team always decides to kick or defer. Seattle, being the home team, decided they wanted the football to start off the second half. It's looking like a brilliant move here with a 15-0 lead. So on the kickoff, you need to clear the 20-yard line, keep it in front of the end zone, and if you don't, and it goes out of bounds, the opposition takes over at your own 45-yard line. About the 20 for Seattle. Here's DiNucci mic'd up in the first half.
MTV, welcome to my locker, ESPN edition. We in Seattle, big Thursday night game, Sea Dragons, Roughnecks.
Hey, hey! Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm dropping straight dime.
He's good and he knows it. That's Ben DiNucci. 3 NFL games in his career with the Dallas Cowboys, FCS All-American at James Madison. Here's the Arkansas Razorback with a full head of steam, TJ Hammonds.
Okay, let's go trio left, 50 flow, Z crack, 50 flow, Z crack, red, yes, no,
Hey, go! Come on, back in here. Red 19.
Laredo to H on 2, ready.
Yeah, you
50
got it.
surge, 50
flow.
surge.
Laredo to H. Laredo to H.
June Jones almost had the lasso Darkness Bradwell to get him off the field. Bradwell's been with the team for only 2 weeks now, and short weeks after that. That's Blake Jackson, second leading receiver in terms of catches in the XFL out of Mary Hardin Baylor. The live line is now Seattle favored by 9.5. Coming into the game, it was Houston by 5. The total is 35.5.
Swing right now.
Live line.
Yes, yes, yes.
43 coming into the game, the highest all season in the XFL. Caesars Sportsbook helping us with those lines. DiNucci feeling comfortable, didn't even move his foot as he was trying to find Ja'Cour Pearson. There's a cool customer in that pocket. He's going to bring up 3rd and 9. So Sam, big factor though for Seattle doing this without the leading rusher in the league, Morgan Ellison.
91 Indiana X cross. 91 on 2, ready. Here we go.
Ellison is a physical and violent runner.
5-0.
And the San Antonio Brahmas had some hits on him last weekend.
One thing we heard from June Jones is that even in his offense, everyone who runs the ball has their best years.
39 inside pressure by Ward. DiNucci flushed, escapes the tackle, calls for Josh Gordon. Got Josh Gordon, but was he out of bounds? Yes. So we could have an illegal touch here.
Clearly out of bounds. It's a good play. Yep. Illegal touch. Number 0. Number 0. So it's going to be, we've got a great shot on the high end zone. Number 0, number 0, number 0. And he did reestablish first to touch, legally forced out of bounds. So they'll decline the penalty.
Was first to touch the ball. Penalties declined, 4th down.
Jason, they can't decline it. It's because he caught it. He caught it. It's a loss of down at the previous spot. Lost it down at the previous spot.
Spot, still 4th down.
So much access in that exchange from Dean Blandino and his crew taking a look at it to hearing the mic on DiNucci calling for Josh, Josh, Josh. Nizilik punts it away. Travell Harris, fair catch, just shy of the 30-yard line.
I don't know what the signal is. 36 left too early. Gunner, number 36.
And a flag down.
And you saw Ben DiNucci going back and watching the play before, not just a picture of it like in the NFL.
Number 36 for the kicking team. Left too early prior to the kick. The 5-yard penalty is added to the end of the play. 1st down, Houston.
So left too early. So with the punt, the Gunners are not allowed to move downfield until the ball leaves the foot of the punter.
And that's not just the Gunners, that's also the interior players. No one can be more than 1 yard down the field when the ball is punted. Unlike the NFL, where you see Gunners can go, or in college, everyone can go. XFL rules, no one can. It encourages punt returns in this league.
Houston entered averaging 335 total yards per game. They've got 109. Silvers flushed, eyes still downfield. Finds a crosser, that's Cedric Bird. And the Seattle defense has set the tone with defense, Sam.
And this is what we've been waiting for. Even talk about defense creating offense. You see Austin Fallu and Tuzar Skipper with the sack. Then you see a punt block. If you get a turnover, at least you get a tipped punt, and that creates field position. And then last you see Antoine Brooks on the edge. He's a safety, he's 5'10", but he comes in not just for the sack, but also the sack fumble. That's the only thing Seattle's been missing all season long.
Here's Sporgy out of Washington State. Brought down by Clarence Hicks, the UTSA Roadrunner.
Clarence Hicks is known for his speed.
Here we go, here we go. Hey, low check swing on 1, ready? Low check swing.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. Go.
Silver's quick release and elite arm strength. Showing it off there for the first down. And it's Cedric Bird out of Hawaii again.
Hey, right.
So anytime we're bringing up these receivers and playmakers from Houston, from Washington State, from Hawaii, those are guys that have played in either the air raid or run and shoot.
So they understand the offense really well. There's not a steep learning curve by any means.
Pitch and catch to Justin Smith.
Trips left, black, blast. Trips left, black, blast.
I'm telling you, you start.
Trip right.
Here we go. Black, blast. Oh, ready? You start watching the tape on this Seattle defense. Every single one of these corners, Lyndon Stevens, Chris Payton-Jones, they all can cover. This blast play, we remember it. It's that outside pass that simulates a run.
To Bird. Upended by Bryce Thompson.
But sooner or later, they're going to use that as a setup for essentially a screen and go.
Thompson, 8 NFL games under his belt. Last with the New Orleans Saints.
Completed pass. Completed pass?
Yes.
Okay. Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, offense number 56. 15-yard penalty.
And that's against D. Parker out of Mississippi State.
Yeah, it's obviously a late hit that's very illegal, but you got to add Bryce Thompson to that list of corners who can cover. He plays nickel. Watch the tape on him. He's great in late disguise. He's fearless. He's sticky in coverage, great in coverage. That's the stuff that I see when I watch him, but also all of these DBs. That's how you can slow down this run and shoot offense.
Screen or draw here, guys. Screen or draw.
Go. Here we go.
So each team has 15 headsets that can divide among offense and defense. Most of the times it's the linebackers defensively relaying the message like that from Ron Zook.
Here we go. White.
Seattle prepared for a screen or a draw on 2nd and 21.
Go.
Got neither. How about a deep shot? Way overthrown to Justin Smith.
Fine. Give me this. Give me trips right. Trips right. Blue divide. Trips right. Blue divide.
4. Now let's go 4 man.
Trips left.
Over
red
4
divide.
man. Over
Trips
4
left.
man.
Red
Quarter.
divide.
Over 4 man. We gotta have a rush. Gotta have a rush. Over 4 man.
It's unbelievable, Ron Zook. He's so confident in his receiver, in his DBs to be able to call either cover 4 or man-to-man. Essentially, the outside guys are going to be man-to-man because he knows they can cover. You know it's going to be a deep pass. It's 3rd and 20.
Longest 3rd down for Houston tonight. Silver's hit. Got it off, but broken up. Fantastic play by Zafir Kelly from South Carolina State. Week 5 in the XFL continues Saturday night with an FX doubleheader. The 4-0 defenders take on the 3-1 Battlehawks, and the Guardians and Vipers looking for their first win. Sunday night on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes, the Renegades squaring off against the Brahmas at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Every game also available on ESPN+. Houston and DC, the 2 undefeated teams. But right now, the Roughnecks are on the ropes. 9:08 left in the 3rd quarter, down by 15.
You heard about it. You have to have the rush. You see inside linebacker Trey Walker, a delayed blitz, gets the pressure on Brandon Silvers. Lyndon Stevens, man outside. Chris Payton-Jones, man outside. Everyone covered.
As far as defensively, how do you better account for their quarterback's legs?
That's what we're trying to do. I mean, he scrambled a couple of times. We weren't worried about that as much going into the game, but he's come in and scrambled a lot, so we got to be aware of that.
Thank you. Lowell?
Phillips.
Coach, how do you get your offense into a rhythm?
Well, we got to keep doing what we're doing. I mean, we made some good drives, but we stalled, so we just got to keep at it.
As far as defensively, how do you better account for their quarterback's legs?
That's what we're trying to do. I mean, he scrambled a couple of times. We weren't worried about that as much going into the game, but he's come in and scrambled a lot, so we got to be aware of that.
Thank you. Lowell?
Taylor, thank you. The Houston offense has been rolling through the first 4 games here into week number 5, but I don't want to say the wheels are off, but it's not going well. Deep shot, DiNucci, jump ball. Damian Willis and Ajane Harris were battling. Houston offensively, 30.5 points per game. Shutout tonight. 333.5. 126 total yards tonight. Passing yards and rushing yards, top 3 in all of those. It's just not clicking tonight, Sam.
And part of it is the familiarity. You have the personnel who are able to cover Houston's receivers. We have familiarity. You see these same calls in practice, even when you're going good on good.
The live total is 31.5. Nearly picked off, was it? No. DiNucci was looking for Ja'Cour Pearson, and William Likely, the playmaker, was there and almost grabbed it.
Well, it's the reason you say the playmaker. Remember, last week against Orlando, he recovered that fumble for 49 yards for a touchdown, and Will Likely, he knows he can undercut this route. And so that's the one thing you're waiting for. You're saying, man, I know that DiNucci may give me the ball. This team turns it over. I have to take advantage of those opportunities.
It's typically on underthrows like that. Likely another Maryland Terrapin. DiNucci, this is what Wade Phillips was talking about. Elusive with the legs. Oh, stood up, takes a shot, and eventually brought down by C.J. Brewer. The man was looking for contact.
And part of the reason you say, man, you weren't expecting this run game. Well, it's not even that you weren't expecting it. You're coming off of a short week. Remember, these teams, we had Seattle on Saturday, and then you're back, you get home, you're from a long flight. You have 2 days of walkthrough, and then you have to get back in. And so that's part of the difference in why you may not be seeing these teams as prepared as you would have liked. Short weeks should have as much time.
Nizilik on the punt. Georgia Bulldog, the former Atlanta Falcon, gets it off. Here's Travell Harris. Harris thumped from behind. Return of 5. The hit made by Zafir Kelly.
You go, Bryce.
I think about the mentality of teams often. A team like Houston, they've been the hunted.
Blue. S-wing, X-Texas on one, ready?
Seattle's saying, hey, no, we're going to hunt you. We're going to show you that we're actually the best team in the league. So they're coming in, it seems as if, with a more of a chip on their shoulder.
Go.
Silvers to Allen off the mark. It's just not clicking. And keep in mind, this is a Seattle team. They opened up the season against DC. They had the go-ahead score set up, ran an option play. DiNucci was hit and fumbled. Week number 2, we had them against St. Louis. It was back and forth. St. Louis kicked a walk-off field goal. So they've been battle-tested. Those 2 losses are close.
Really, the last play of the game was when they lost both of those games. So they think they should have won. They're just as confident as anyone.
Very close to being 4-0 like Houston. One-on-one defense, Chris Payton-Jones, a lot of grabbing there with Deontay Burnett.
The fuck are you looking at?
But the Nebraska Cornhusker wins that one-on-one. He's the top cover corner for Seattle. He told Ron Zook, no one's throwing my way. The coaches were like, yeah, I wouldn't either.
Well, coach said, hey, he came to him, Peyton said, nobody's throwing to me. Coach said, I wouldn't either. That was on full display right there.
Go.
Silvers on 3rd down, broken up at the last moment by Kelly. Zafir Kelly is having himself a ball game, representing South Carolina State well.
So it's not just Zafir Kelly. I mean, this is great. You're allowed to undercut routes, especially when you know you have a safety over top of you. So that's great on that. But going back to all of these defensive backs, every time you put it on tape, you say, man, this team brings 5 people often, and so they play a lot of man. So all these guys communicate extremely, extremely well.
Elijah Holder has already blocked one. Number 33 in orange. Big push. Here's another. Seattle has done it again.
So that was blocked by Tuzar Skipper. What's so great about this play, it was just mano-a-mano. I'm gonna run you over. Tuzar Skipper, number 51. He just bull rushes the left guard on punt protection, and he gets so far back he knows where the punt block point is. Even if you're not taking the ball away, you're creating field position by doing a blocked punt like this one or a tip punt like we saw before.
Set go!
Great field position after that Skipper block. And check this out, that's Morgan Ellison checking in for the first time tonight. So the leading rusher in the XFL is back.
We've seen him the last 2 weeks. He got injured and banged up last week and came back in. The week before, he got banged up again. And so you wonder if the short week is allowing him to get a little bit more rest. But hey, let's pound this ball in. He's 6'2", 235.
Flip 51. Hey, easy. Flip 50, flip 50, flip 50, flip 50.
You have to be alert for DiNucci's legs every time you're in the red zone. Defensive linemen have to keep that pocket tight.
DiNucci felt the pressure, dealt with the pressure, flag down. DiNucci, one man to beat, held up at the 2-yard line.
Flag down, flag down.
Holding, offense, number 73. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
That's on the center, Jared Thomas.
So you see the holding by Jared Thomas, yes, but pay attention to Tim Ward getting up the field. You can't do that in the red zone. Why? Because the field is more longer. It's like, you know, it's more horizontal when you're down there. It's not more downfield passes. It's more quarterback ability to step up and then go sideways. That hurts defenses when you go upfield. And so Tim Ward has to communicate. They didn't let him know, don't go upfield in the red zone. You're not going to get a sack.
Set go!
Josh Gordon, been quiet. He's at the bottom of your screen. DiNucci looking that way initially. Fires to Gordon. It's picked off. Ajane Harris with the interception. And Harris and Sean Davis with interceptions tonight. They both move into a tie with Michael Joseph for DC for the most picks this season.
Ajane Harris, he knows the ball is coming his way. He does this man turn. He turns underneath, and as soon as he sees that in-breaking route, he flips inside, and he's smart enough not to run it out, get that ball out.
Big play and a momentum shifter for Houston. Ajane Harris coming up with a big interception there. Ben DiNucci has been explosive and mobile all night long. How did you get prepared for that moment right there?
Man, he's a good quarterback, but we're not gonna stop. We're gonna keep going, and we're gonna keep fighting to the clock hit 0.
You could feel that the momentum was on their side. How do you feel like it shifted after your play?
Man, we're just gonna keep going out there doing what the coaches told us to do and keep playing the calls that we play. I mean, he telling us to play, and we just gonna hope for the best.
Thank you. Well,
T-Mac, thank you. Ajane Harris, proud product of Crenshaw High School in LA.
Easy, great.
Went to USC where he was a standout. Continuing that here in the XFL. Silvers laces it over the middle. He had him. Cedric Bird was there. Let's check in with Eric.
Guys, coming off the sideline, we saw Ja'Cour Pearson coming off wide open, visibly frustrated as he came off the field, screaming, doesn't know what's going on, slams his helmet, on the ground there, visibly upset. Understandably so, Lowell, he was so wide open.
Eric, what happens with DiNucci in situations like that? Why is a turnover such a problem?
Yeah, man, I think that he just gets so confident within the game that, man, he forgets there's other people out there sometimes. Throwaways are better than picks, and it just got away from him right there.
There's the frustration from Ja'Cour Pearson. Part of it in this league, cameras and microphones always on you. It's going to make you a star, but you got to be able to handle it when times aren't going well. Third and manageable for the Roughnecks.
Go.
Silvers to throw. Pressure. Drops him. Ball is out. And we've got a fumble. Tuzar skipper comes up with it, forcing it out.
Got an empty hand. We've got an empty hand, clearly empty hand. Houston recovered. Great look on the cart. And Houston recovered. That's correct. That's correct. Fourth down. Fourth down. Yeah, we're clear. Empty hand. We're good.
So gives Skipper the forced fumble. Houston does recover, but it backs him up. Sets up a 4th and 15. Race Porter punts it away. And Kelvin McKnight spinning shy of the 30-yard line. ESPN Tournament Challenge women's brackets are open. So scan the QR code and download the app and start making your picks. Create a group, invite your friends, and get ready for the madness with a #1 bracket game. Or join the WNBA group to compete against your favorite players. The women's game closes tomorrow morning at 11:30 Eastern. 1 seeds going into the tournament: South Carolina, Virginia Tech, Stanford, and Indiana. Ben DiNucci back at it after his second interception in the end zone.
Set, go! Hot! Hot!
To Ellison. The wild child, Morgan Ellison, not much there on first down. Sam got to get into this, though. DiNucci's trying to get back to the NFL. Jim Haslett has talked to him about turnovers and says he knows what's expected. 9 turnovers in 5 games ain't going to get it done.
And we've seen 6 interceptions. We've seen 3 lost fumbles. Those hurt teams. Now, you still have the lead. You still have a chance to keep the lead. But we're seeing a little bit more run plays because we know, as we know, the clock runs in the XFL.
DiNucci in rhythm and complete. He's got Charlie Temapeo, the tight end. Only his 3rd catch of the season. Check that, that's Jordan Veazey out of Cal.
Here we go. Let's go. First down, first down, first down. Tampa on first down. Ready. Let's go. Monday, Monday. Monday, Monday. Monday, Monday. Here we go. Set, go!
Ellison with the first down carry. So Houston is trying to stay undefeated. They still have a nice cushion over the Renegades, who are 2-2 out of Arlington in the North. Becomes really interesting if Seattle can win this game and DC beats St. Louis. St. Louis would have 2 losses, and that would be a 2-way tie for 2nd place. If the Sea Dragons don't get this win, I know it's just 5 weeks in, but in a 10-week schedule, becomes that much more difficult to move into the top 2 and put yourself in a playoff spot. This one really matters. DiNucci, again, the strike to Damian Willis. Willis now with 5 catches tonight. Do they look like a team that's going to be a factor?
Oh, they absolutely do. And they look like that team even from the beginning of the season. It was just those missed opportunities, whether it's penalties or by turnover. But this team is confident, and defensively they're getting stronger and stronger as the season goes on.
Our man Fitz tried to tell you remotely to take the under. Hope you did, because we got 15 total points going into the 4th quarter. Oh, let's take a look at tonight's game flow brought to you by Progressive.
Well, it's been all about the defense. See Austin Falu out here with the pressure, and then you see Tuzar Skipper with the sack, and then you see Antoine Brooks off the edge, the safety with the sack fumble recovered by Daniel Joseph. All you see is pressure, pressure, pressure on the quarterback, and this pressure leads either to turnovers or to sacks. Great inside rush, and then a great edge rush by Tuzar Skipper for his second sack of the game. That's 5 on the season. We're seeing Seattle really come into form at this point in the game.
Really, the only phase of the game for Seattle that has not been perfect is offensively, as Ellison wants bodies on the 3rd down carry. He gets the 1st down yardage. That's what we're talking about, man. He's raw, but he is physical and wants it. First time Houston trails entering the 4th quarter this season. Mention the multiple phases, though. Let's keep in mind special teams has blocked 2 punts. The first team with multiple punt blocks this year.
Offense, defense, special teams. Have your defense lead to offense. Have your special teams lead to points. That's how you win in any league.
DiNucci fortunately holds on to the football because Tim Ward gets the sack, and it was close to a strip sack. Here's T-Mac.
Here with Brandon Silvers, I'm assuming you were talking to A.J. Smith on your headset. What was he telling you?
We just got to put a drive together. You know, we're moving the ball, and then we get penalties or something happens. So, you know, we're just not playing very good offensive football right now. We just got to get a drive together. And we're down 2 scores, and, you know, we'll see.
Down 15, how do you come back here?
Yeah, put a drive together. You know, completions, catch the ball and get north to south. Let's protect up front, and, you know, we got to put the ball in the end zone.
Appreciate your time. Lowell?
Ellison with a carry. Ellison with a stiff arm, but brought down. That was William Likely with the stop. Now, part of this is the time winding down. It's going to wind down quicker than maybe you're used to seeing on different levels.
80, X and Z 9, divide special.
Here we go, 80 on
The clock will keep running after it's reset, after incompletions and out-of-bound plays until the final 2 minutes. June Jones likes to run plays. He's also a smart man. He's taking this clock all the way down. DiNucci pressured, won't get out of this one. Brought down by Chauncey Rivers.
Chauncey Rivers, so remember, this is a new left tackle in the game. And so we saw Liam Jimmins go down, and so new left tackle in. Chauncey Rivers understands that. He beats him with speed. He bends around the edge, and he's able to bring down Ben DiNucci.
So, guys, what you're seeing right there, too, is Acho, you just mentioned, you got a new left tackle. That guy plays right guard. It is extremely difficult to go from guard to left tackle, the most difficult position on the offensive line, and he's just being overwhelmed by this pass rush. 2 plays in a row there.
Eric, should that and does that affect play calling?
Well, you want to get the ball out quicker when you have those werewolves on the other side for Houston, as we all know, and you have a guard playing tackle. Man, you've got to help them. Either roll away, chip with a tight end, chip with a running back, or just get the ball out quick.
Well, week 5 in the XFL will continue Saturday night with an FX doubleheader. The 4-0 Defenders take on the 3-1 Battlehawks, then the Guardians and Vipers looking for their first win. It's Sunday night on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes. The Renegades squaring off against the Brahmas at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Every game also available on ESPN+. There's a werewolf you were talking about. The wolf is out here in Seattle. 12-13 left for Brandon Silvers. Off the back foot, nobody home.
One of the best things about this point in the game, at least for a defender, you talk about the new offensive tackle, but even on the other side is Seattle has been in this position before. Last week, they were up late in the game, and so those rushers got a chance to get after the quarterback.
Over six.
You start believing in yourself more. They had a couple sacks in that game, especially late in the game, 4th quarter. This is what you live for. You play for times like this.
Here we go. Go.
Aline with the carry. Shifty, undersized, doesn't matter. It's going to be close to the first down marker. And they say move the chains. Big carry there by Bryson Aline. Wade Phillips trying to keep this Houston franchise undefeated. They were 5-0 in 2020 before COVID shut the league down.
You heard the F wheel, so Bryson Allen out of the backfield, be watching him for the pass going to him on a wheel route.
Silvers will go the other way, bat it down at the line by Emmanuel Smith, the Vandy Commodore.
Swing. All right, hey, give me spread right, Detroit, outside release. Spread right, Detroit, outside release.
Spread right, Detroit, Owen, ready?
You can see the stress.
What's that coming out there? Go.
Stress growing for A.J. Smith as Ron Zook's defense is in control. Wide open running lanes for Allen.
I like it. Okay, give me this. Give me trio right.
Bryce Thompson down in pain. We'll go to break. Check on him when we return.
Stem, wagon, deuce. Stem, wagon,
just
deuce.
a little bit. And shoot on
Stem,
up,
wagon, deuce.
3rd and 3 for Houston, down 15-0.
Move stemming to the right. Stemming to the right.
Talk about teams and facing adversity. Houston had a huge win last week.
Hey, blue, F. Austin, Owen, ready?
A.J. Smith is
Justin, I want you
in
to
the hot
come
seat.
in a little bit. Find your completion.
Go. Hot.
Silvers has been harassed all night. It was tipped again. The guys in orange coming up with another stop. Daniel Joseph. This could be 4-down territory. No, it will not be.
That's the 3rd pass knocked down by a defensive lineman that we've seen. One thing you know, if you're D-line, if you can't get there, get your hands up. Those lead to incompletions.
Daniel Joseph out of North Carolina State got a big mid on it. Former 4th overall pick in the CFL draft. He's originally from Toronto. High Archer. McKnight from the 15. And Seattle will start shy of the 20. Let's listen in.
How do you do it?
I work out like every morning at 4.
Good man.
Oh, God! Divide special yet?
Yeah, that's what I call it.
Oh, yeah, 80Z9 divide special. Yeah. Hey! Yeah. Monday.
A rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown by Ben DiNucci, and a 3-point conversion getting us to 15 points for Seattle. Oh, the ball came out.
He was down.
Houston thinks they have it. We heard DiNucci said he was down,
He might have been down.
but Morgan Ellison coughed it up.
All right, we'll just stay here. We're going to look at it. Clears. We got him up, and we're going to look at it.
It's right there. I've got the high end zone. I've got clearly a fumble on the high end zone.
It's a ruling on the field. Dean, you want to look at this? Or you,
yeah, I'm looking at it. You have recovery by the defense, right? Fumble recovered by the defense?
Yes, recovered by the defense.
Yep. I've got a great look here. It is a fumble, and the recovery's good. We're clean. Very good call.
That is
are we going to go?
The 12th turnover on the season by Seattle. They lead the XFL by far. This game should be a blowout. But DiNucci has thrown 2 interceptions in the end zone, and the leading rusher in the XFL, Morgan Ellison, just lost that fumble.
They now have a -10 turnover margin, which is, as you mentioned, last, 8th in the XFL.
15 points.
Go.
The deficit for Houston. First play in Seattle territory in the second half. Silvers over the middle, out of the hands of Burnett. He had it and dropped it.
That was a great route by Deontay Burnett. He kind of was like a shake route, then he stopped, then he started, but Trey Walker in the middle, he may have heard footsteps. That's what sometimes you say as a defender. See Jontre Kirkland on the sideline.
Kirkland left the game off one of the first plays, ruled out for the remainder of the game. That's the leading touchdown maker in the XFL. Borghi, open field stop made by Mikel Wright. The live line from Caesars Sportsbook, Seattle by 10.5. The total, 22.5.
H option, red check, H option.
Red check. Go.
Silver's in zone. He was wide open. Does he make the catch? No. Justin Smith was there, but the ball got there late. We do have a flag. Let's listen.
In the end zone.
32 deep behind the end zone.
So he's got early
pass
contact.
interference, defense, number 32. Foul occurred in the end zone. Ball we placed in the 1 yard with an automatic first down.
Yep. This shot, I'm looking at the far handle right here. He's into him.
Wind it up whenever you're ready.
Far handheld's a good look. That's our best shot right there. He plays it.
Strong right, Denver, punch, Owen, ready?
That's a play that Seattle absolutely could challenge if they wanted to, but they unsuccessfully used the challenge earlier in the game. First and goal. Borghi with a carry, still moving. No signal yet. Roughnecks want the touchdown. Down inside the 1.
I can't find the ball though. Far hand. Here, up right there.
This is typically where we see Cole McDonald at quarterback. Houston staying with Silvers. Borghi looking for the second effort. He's tackled into the end zone. It took a while, but Houston is on the board.
Max Borghi had 41 total touchdowns at Washington State. He has a nose for the end zone, but now they got to find a way to get these points. 1, 2, or 3.
The 1 from the 2-yard line, the 2 from the 5, the 3-pointer for the 10.
Here we go. Hey, let's go.
Houston will go for the 2-pointer, where they are 4 of 11 on the season.
Go.
Corner off the hands of Travell Harris. Turn of events because of a turnover. Out of the hands.
We got
Morgan
it.
Ellison.
Woo! Atta baby. There we go.
And after they got it, Borghi finding his way into the end zone. We got a ball game here in Seattle.
Biggest thing's finishing. We've been going 3 and out a lot, and the rest of this game we just got to finish. We got to get points on the board and continue to make drives, continue to make plays.
What about your defense being able to force a turnover like that in that moment?
Defense is making big plays, and they're keeping us in it right now. It's on us now as an offense to come together and finish this game out and get points.
Appreciate your time. Lowell?
It is a 9-point Seattle lead. That is still a 1-score game for Houston. They will need a touchdown and a 3-point conversion. Seattle with not much going with TJ Hammonds. So this has been a dramatic night for the Lions. The Roughnecks favored by 5 going into the game. They've been favored in every game and have covered in every game this season. After the first Seattle touchdown, it was Seattle by 1.5 points. After the second touchdown, Seattle by 9.5. going into the start of the fourth, Sea Dragons by 13.5. The current line is Seattle by 8.5.
591 on 2, ready.
So there was a false start.
Z-dig.
And added some yards for Seattle. They got 7-16 to try to ice away. DiNucci over the middle. That's Josh Gordon. Gordon makes only his second catch tonight. First positive yards for him. He's a former All-Pro.
Trips right, Bucks. Trips right, Bucks.
Box.
G4, G4, G4. 19's in the game.
Set, go. Hut.
TJ Hammonds with the carry. The Razorback thumped. Oh, launched backwards by Tavante Beckett out of Marshall.
You see Seattle going to the run game, trying to protect that ball. And a new running back, it's not Ellison, now it's TJ Hammonds in there.
581 Nebraska, Z-dig. Trips right, 581 Nebraska, Z-dig.
And the clock is still running, running.
Zorro spoke.
A win here for Seattle on this drive is simply not turning over the football.
Set, go. Hut.
DiNucci thought about running. It's high. That's a forward pass, so incomplete, looking for Hammonds. It's going to set up a 3rd and 10. How in the world is Seattle 2-2 in position to be 3-2 with the minus 10 turnover differential?
Trips right, 81 X9 divide special.
Here we go, 81 on 2, ready.
Well, it's because their offense is still so explosive.
81.
And so you don't want to turn the ball over, but you can score at such a high rate. So it almost erases those turnovers.
Hut.
DiNucci taking a shot. It's too forward and picked. Harris is now your XFL leader in interceptions. His second of the night. How is that possible?
Come on, man!
Is DiNucci calling for Josh Gordon to be removed from the game? Sam, did I hear that right?
I don't know what I heard, Lo. All I know is what I saw on the tape. You see another interception, and you might say, okay, man, that's on Gordon, or maybe it's on you reading the coverages differently. But now we have Houston back in the game, essentially a hand-wrapped gift delivered for Brandon Silver.
Go! 2 picks in the end zone. That was his 3rd tonight. Silvers throws it away. Sam, they're now minus 11 in turnover margin. In that exchange, that was DiNucci expressing frustration with Josh Gordon.
It was, and now it's also a 1-score game. We've heard some of this frustration before, but we need to see what's going to happen, how this game ends. Sometimes winning cures all, losing doesn't.
Go. Hut.
Aline. It's 4 yards. Now you can go back to the second interception in the end zone. He was looking for Gordon. It was picked because that ball was thrown behind Gordon. So it's not like DiNucci's been perfect.
Right.
Huge 3rd and 6 for Brandon Silvers and undefeated Houston.
Go. Hut.
Check down the lean, can still get up and run. Hit hard. To complete the play, it's Emmanuel Smith. Now it's the NFL rules. You have to be down by contact.
So it's great awareness by Aline, getting up, trying to get the extra yards.
4th and 4. Roughnecks going for it with under 4 minutes left. Seattle scrambled. There could have been movement too on the Houston left side of the offensive line.
That started with the 79.
Oh.
Hold up.
Prior to the foul, timeout. Seattle was called. It's their first charge timeout of the half.
Wow, Seattle was in scramble mode, trying to get the right personnel on the field.
Well, they knew if you have if you have 12 men on the field or if you're offside, that's an automatic first down because it's 4th and 4. And so great play, great decision by Seattle's coaches calling a timeout.
Let's listen in to Wade Phillips.
We got to go for it. Hurry, hurry, snap it, snap it, snap it, snap it, snap it, snap it. Ready?
And it looked like it was going to be a false start on James Moore. Let's see how this play is being set up.
All right, hey. Run it. Remember blend call here, blend. Try to find grass and roll.
Go. Hut.
4th and 4. Could be the ball game. Silvers, there's a flag down. Heaves it over the middle, incomplete. Let's wait for the call.
Down.
Holding, offense, number 73. The penalty is declined. Result of play is a first down for Seattle.
The Seattle defense comes through again, Sam.
That was Elijah Ponder on the outside. He had a sack last week. You notice his get off and notice his hands. He waits, and he does it's almost like a side swipe and keeps that bend. That's where the holding call was called. This guy has great hands. Sack at a critical moment last week in the 4th quarter.
Points makes this one a lot more interesting.
Tackles right, strong left, Miami on 2, ready.
Points will make it a 2-score game. But remember the special 4th and 15 make it keep it rule, that if a team that is trailing scores, they can elect for the 4th and 15 instead of an onside kick. So Houston still has a shot, but they need a stop. Week 5 in the XFL continues Saturday night with an FX doubleheader. The 4-0 Defenders and the 3-1 Battlehawks, then the Guardians and Vipers. Sunday night on ESPN2 and ESPN Deportes, the Renegades square off against the Brahmas at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Every game available on ESPN+. 9-point game. This is a touchdown and 3-point conversion difference.
Monday. Here we go. Set, go!
Seattle keeping it on the ground to Hammonds. This is only a game because of turnovers. 4 of them tonight for Seattle.
Trips left. 80, C, Indy, H levels.
Here we go, 80 on 2, ready.
So still give Ben DiNucci options. He'll have levels routes. Run at 5, 10, 15.
Here we go.
A chance to make his own decision depending on the coverage.
Tread lightly here on 3rd and 4. DiNucci outside to Veazey. Veazey made the catch. The Cal Golden Bear.
2 minutes.
That's going to take us down to the 2-minute warning. Coming up on the final 2 minutes, Houston's perfect season in peril. 15-6, Seattle leads. Way train could get interesting if they drop this one. Arlington and San Antonio have back-to-back games against each other. That will shake up the South. The North is ridiculous. DC plays St. Louis this weekend. If DC can beat St. Louis and Seattle holds on here, you'll have 2 teams tied for 2nd place in the XFL North, with DC and St. Louis already with wins against Seattle this season. Top 2 teams in each division to make the playoffs. Houston with 3 timeouts left, down by 9. Seattle will keep it on the ground. They've thrown 3 interceptions. They've lost 1 fumble. After our game at Sports Center from Los Angeles with Stan and Ashley, it's not officially March until it's the NCAA tournament, and we've already got upsets. Plus, the women's round of 64 is set as the first 4 wraps up. And Sabrina and Escu join Sports Center to discuss new kicks and new teammates. Sports Center from Los Angeles next. We've had all the drama in this game. Sam, it looked like it was going to be a Seattle blowout.
Seattle, even though they've been turning the ball over, their defense has really kept them in the game. And so it'll be interesting to see how this last series unfolds. Even if Seattle scores right now, if Houston scores, you know, they can do that, make it, keep it. They can go for a 4th and 15 and then keep the ball.
So even if this becomes an 18-point game with 90 seconds left, it's not over, because you can get a touchdown, 3-point conversion, get that 4th and 15, and another 9-point play, and send it to overtime. 2nd and 9, playing it safe. The spin move, Hammonds to the 5, and brought down at the 4.
They called him out of bounds. Well, it looks like they didn't, so the clock is rolling. Remember, inside of 2 minutes, the clock will stop.
Let's go opposite left, opposite left. Tampa, opposite left, Tampa.
Hey, Tampa, Monday. Tampa, Monday, Tampa, Monday. Here we go, let's go. Let's go.
Danucci wants a timeout for Seattle. We build this as the battle between A.J. Smith, the Houston offensive coordinator, and June Jones, his counterpart with Seattle. They've got a deep friendship. Goes back to when Danucci first started learning from June Jones at SMU, when Hal Mummy was there as well. And that expression says it all for A.J. Smith. First matchup against his mentor. It's not going as planned.
And they talk every single day. They talk about football. They talk about life. They talk about what happened in the game before. But you see A.J. Smith saying, man, what is going on? How did this happen? Though the game is not over, he has to stay locked in, but yet he's facing another one of his mentors.
A.J. Smith, like his mentor, smart, creative, passionate, approachable. I'd say the least paranoid coordinator I think I've ever been around in the game.
Ready. Yeah. Let's go.
Darius Bradwell is the running back. Bradwell, flag down, finds the end zone.
Flag down, flag down.
I got DOF, number 45 defense. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Offside defense, number 45. The penalty is declined. Result of the play is a touchdown.
Seattle with a little security. Red zone has been problematic with 2 interceptions in the end zone, but Bradwell out of Tulane got the start tonight. It makes this a 15-point game.
Okay, let's go. Trips right up, 860 Kansas, F and X post. So you can hit 4 or 15 or just touch one up to the corner.
Jones saying that Juwan Green or Damian Willis will be open.
Let's go.
Right side.
Hey, we gotta get in.
Thrown short. So what does this mean in the XFL standings? Sea Dragons, the preseason favorites to win it all, could end the weekend tied for 2nd in the North if DC beats St. Louis. Tough task. In the South, it gets really interesting, especially with the Renegades and Brahmas, who will play each other on back-to-back weeks. Top 2 in each division make the playoffs. After this week, we'll be halfway through the season. So get a little more definition for that playoff picture.
And teams are watching this game saying, man, how do we take notes on how to beat Houston? Arlington is saying, man, we get back-to-back wins. Now we're 4-2. San Antonio saying we have a chance to beat Arlington back-to-back. Now we're back in the mix. All these teams have been waiting for Houston to get knocked off, not only for the standings, but also to understand the system of how to beat the team that was undefeated.
This game is far from over because of the XFL rules that are built to promote comebacks. Kick is away. Don't want to kick it out of bounds and risk the ball being placed at the 45. Dejon Lee takes it. Oh, goodness, big hit at the 25 by Trey Walker. So Silvers and company, they have to move quick enough with 2 timeouts. They've got to find a score and then go for the 4th and 15, make it, keep it. But you see the offense has been shut down tonight.
Red.
The only score courtesy of a Seattle fumble, leaving Houston with great field position. Silvers, that is complete to Travell Harris. He's playing without his top receiving threat, John K. Kirkland out of LSU, who left the game after an early injury.
Red. Time out.
I believe we have some confusion with the clock here in the timeout situation.
So one thing we will see is when you get a first down, you'll see that clock stop after a first down.
11 on the clock. That's when he called the timeout. It's a good job resetting the clock. Second timeout for Houston. Playing second down. So both teams now have a timeout.
I'm about. So both teams down to 1 timeout. The clock is reset to 1:11. So Wade Phillips was calling for that timeout, got it.
He was, and he knows he's going to go back to the college rule. So you need to get first downs. What happens is you get a first down within the last 2 minutes of the first half or second half. In this case, then the clock will stop until those chains are reset. And so think college, you have a lot more time in these last 2 minutes. Houston needs to get first downs or get out of bounds.
Trips right up. Red. 5-yard going. Ready? I'm back.
They do need to score quick. You do need to leave time for that 4th and 15.
Go.
But the Seattle defense has been relentless. Silvers, and that hit the backside of Zafir Kelly.
Man.
Special prop. Yeah, Falcon.
Right.
Blue divide
right
special prop.
Hey, blue, on one, ready?
Trips right up.
Quarter 4 man.
If we can get a clean first down, take it.
Go.
If you took the over, you're cooked. It's at 43. We got 27 combined points. Staying up and trying to get out of bounds is Harris. Harris has to find the sideline there.
He has to find a sideline, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, face mask, defense, number 9. 15-yard penalties added to the end of the play. First down.
That is a big penalty on Clarence Hicks. Here's the other issue you run into if you're Houston. If you burn your last time out, you lose the ability to challenge.
I'll give you the down.
So that's another reason why you get out of bounds.
Yep, no foul. I'm gonna give you the dead ball spot. Right on the 40. Yep, put it back on the 40. First down on the 40, no mask.
After review, there is no foul for a face mask. The penalty will not be enforced. However, the result of the play is a first down.
So let's bring in Dean Blandino, VP of Officiating. What did you see there compared to the initial call, Dean?
Yeah, so remember, in the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, if it involves player safety and a face mask foul would, we can get involved from the command center. We had a really good look. It was actually the shoulder pad, not the mask, that was grabbed.
Beautiful, thank you, Dean. Silvers over the middle. Bird cannot make the catch. Receivers are not helping Silvers tonight.
That's Lyndon Stevens again, number 1. That's actually Bryce Thompson again, number 1 on the coverage. He's been all over the field.
Hey, red check, Owen, ready? Hey, Frisco, Frisco.
Only 2 teams in the XFL averaging more
than
300 yards per game. And a flag and a false start.
73, the clock was stopped.
Clock was stopped, so we're good. False start, offense, number 73. 5-yard penalty, remains second down.
This was the play that Dean Blandino reviewed in the final 5 minutes. Player safety was able to overturn this. Initially called a face mask. Sam, you can see from that look clearly it was not.
He's looking at all the plays, but in the last 5 minutes, he is allowed to make a change to a play, and so that did not have to be challenged.
Go.
Houston down by 15. Sideline throw. Heads up to get out of bounds by Travell Harris out of Washington State.
All right, here we go, 48 seconds. Okay, line up and spread right purple, spread right purple. Line it up, spread right purple, spread right purple.
Get up on him. Over 4 man.
Go. Hot.
Silvers flag down, sideline catch made by Deontay Burnett.
Ruling on field as a catch. We have a flag down. Ruling on, I got your spot.
We have defense offsides. I lost the number, but that's going to be declined.
Offside, defense. Penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
But one thing you have to keep in mind, especially in the fourth quarter when it's passing situation, hard counts. We saw Seattle jump off sides last week in this situation.
Ready, go!
Silvers in zone, has a man, overthrows Harris. Those are throws that Silvers was making in the first 4 games.
Give me spread right, Y hook, red Y hook. H Street, Y hook. Spread right, H Street, red Y hook. 38 seconds.
They got to get the ball into the end zone and go for that, get those 3 points and go for that, make it, take it. That's why I hear some of these streak calls down the field.
Silvers off the back foot.
Let
and
it take
another
care of it.
flag.
All right, Nick Collins.
Holding, offense, number 64. 10-yard penalty, repeat second down.
That's the top offensive lineman for Houston, Jack Snyder. And it's been indicative of the Houston problems tonight.
Scoot in a little bit, Justin Smith. Right there's perfect. Run like hell, Nick Colley. Remember to read Nick Colley on that safety backside. Get a real nice clean inside release, Justin.
Smith talking to his quarterback all the way up to the snap. Over the middle, complete to Justin Smith. Justin Smith wheels! Houston is still alive!
You're talking to Nick Colley saying get upfield. Nick Colley gets upfield, he eats up that safety, and all of a sudden Smith comes underneath. The communication we're hearing right now is pristine.
Sub in there.
We should be in foul. It's okay.
Cole McDonald checks into quarterback. And we've got an official timeout as Daniel Joseph is down for Seattle. So let's set this up. It's now a 9-point game. It looks like Houston is going to go for 2, which would make it a 7-point game. Regardless, they'll have a shot with a 4th and 15, make it, keep it, to keep a drive going. So these are the rules. The teams can keep the ball after scoring by an onside kick, or electing, if they are tied or trailing in the 4th quarter, to go for the 4th and 15 from their own 25-yard line. Clock runs, and the drive will continue if you convert.
It's played just like a regular football play, and so after this 2-point conversion, whether you make it or not, they can elect to do an onside, or you do a 4th and 15 from the 25, and then if you get a first down, you keep on playing. The clock runs. If interception, it's an interception. It's a regular football play.
And in week number 1, in a game that was played a lot like this, St. Louis converted and was able to score off of it to beat San Antonio in a game that, much like Houston, they were getting dominated before the final moment.
They were getting dominated for 3.5 quarters. St. Louis had nothing going offensively. Then they came back in the last 90 seconds and won the game.
Get good outside on the 2 side. Get good wide splits. Okay, good. That looks good.
So Cole McDonald, who's usually a running threat.
Read it. Read those 2 guys.
He's at quarterback. McDonald will throw. Great hands by Burnett
15.
out of USC.
Brandon, go. Brandon, go. 4th and 15. Okay.
And immediately, Houston calls for the 4th and 15.
This is a great call. Not only having Cole McDonald in there, but deciding to pass the ball. He can pass it as well, though he does have the running threat. Now you're down by 7, 24 seconds left, 4th and 15 from your own 25. And so you have to be thinking, once we get this, not if we get this, if you're A.J. Smith. Once we get this,
middle of the field.
Here's our next 2 or 3 plays.
Don't show it, but we're going Patriot. Brandon, find your one-on-one and give me trips left up, red 5 verticals. Now I'll tell you this with Patriot. No, Justin Smith, go in. Don't show what we're doing. Now let them line up, because I may check to a cutter again.
Out there.
I may check to a cutter. But it's X and Z grab.
Yeah, X and Z
you got to
grab.
get wet. It's like 2 up routes on the outside, unless you get cover 2, run goes.
Hey, blue, on 1, ready? On 1.
Here it is, 4th and 15. Houston needs to convert to keep the drive going. The clock will run on the snap. Silvers has to get to the sticks. And there it is, converted to Burnett. So drive continues, 19 seconds and a timeout left for undefeated Houston.
You heard him say, find your one-on-one, get the verticals. You have to know defensively, it's 4th and 15. You don't need to defend the end line, defend the 15-yard mark. Deontay Burnett comes back, it's a vertical, he's off. Perfectly placed ball by Silvers.
Go.
19 seconds left. Silvers letting it go. 2 defenders are there, incomplete, but a flag.
Flag down, flag down.
I got defensive pass interference.
Wow.
We're gonna go for 2. I don't have the number. It's
Number 1.
32.
Number 1. No, number 1. Number 1.
I don't have my flag in a good spot either.
We'll help you with the spot.
Defense, number 1. The ball be placed in the spot of the foul and includes an automatic first down.
27. Call it to 27. 27.
You heard Wade Phillips say, even if they score, he said, we're going for 2. They want to score and they want to win this game. 13 seconds left, 1 timeout.
And at that point, the total becomes a factor here. Silvers. No, ball is out, and it's picked up by Lalos. Lalos ends it.
You heard him He did it before, he can do it again. In his first start in the NFL with the Giants, Nico Lalos had an interception. The second wicket recovered fumble. This dude knows how to find the football.
And look at this, celebrating with the home fans.
Television right.
Sea Dragon fans have been awesome. They're getting their moment. XFL North, we tried to tell you last week you should be on watch for the Seattle team.
And Nico Lalos was on watch. Remember, he had that batted down pass earlier. He's not rushing the quarterback. It's a three-man rush. Keep your eyes on the quarterback. And you see Elijah Ponder with essentially the forced fumble, but that turned into an interception. And Lalos finds the football. There's nothing better. He's a turnover machine.
Yeah.
Now, this needs to be a challenge by Houston.
So here's the benefit. One timeout left. You can challenge anything.
51,
find something.
Hand to the face, left tackle, on our left tackle. Number 51, we don't challenge. On our left tackle. Yeah. Okay, hand to the face.
So he's saying that there was hands to the face against his left tackle, correct? Okay. It's not number 51, but I'm looking at it. And so I've got a real, yep. It's actually defense 42, correct. It's number 42 that's working on their left tackle. I've got a left hand, yep. I've got a left hand to the collar, shoulder pad, not to the head neck area, not hands to the face. So after review, the ruling on the field stands, no foul for illegal hands to the face. So after review, no foul for illegal use of hands to the face. After review, there's no foul for illegal use of hands to the face.
There's no foul. The review says there's no foul.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now the important part of that is for Wade Phillips to challenge, he has to specify what part of the play he wants to challenge.
He has to not only has to have a timeout, but say specifically who was the player, what was the play, what are you challenging, and what are you calling, what are you hoping to get called?
And on a night in which Seattle turns it over 4 times, Ja'Cour Pearson is right. The Sea Dragons are coming because the defense plays one of the best games we've seen all year long.
They're finding their stride. Last week they beat San Antonio in this exact same fashion, a game-sealing win. They're finding their stride at the right time, and other teams should definitely watch out.
And how about this for poetry? June Jones, the former Houston head coach, hands the Roughnecks their first loss as an XFL franchise.
June Jones, the XFL Coach of the Year back in 2020 with Houston, comes in for the win.
Let's check in with Eric.
Man, theatrics to say the least. You get it done, playoff contention right here. What'd you think?
We love making these games interesting. I'm a little upset at myself. 3 turnovers. Had 4 as a team. We got to figure this out. Luckily, I mean, we've got some guys on this team that can make plays. We're just beating teams because we're better players right now. But if we want to keep winning, doing what we're doing, we got to take care of the ball, not shoot ourselves in the foot, and not have these games come down to the last second. But that's a good team over there. That's a heck of a win by us. Big statement game by our guys. We needed that. Started 0-2. We got 3 in a row. Starting to get some momentum.
At the beginning of the game, I asked you, what's it like going against this #1 defense? You told me they ain't played us yet. What do you think about that?
They had to go against #1 offense too, so something had to give. Those guys played a heck of a game. Obviously, number one in the league for a reason. So we knew we were gonna have a dogfight. Take what we could from them. Let our guys make plays and score more points to them. That's all you got to do to win the game. Score more points. But heck of a game. Glad we could get this one. Now we got a long road back to Dallas.
Always grateful for your time, Lowell.
Appreciate it.
Eric, thank you.
Thank you.
Sometime this season, Houston loses. Houston does not cover, and I hope you took the under. I hope you listened to our man Fitz because he hit on that. Here's what it means. Houston now 4-1. Arlington and San Antonio playing back-to-back weeks. That should shake up the South. And then in the North, if DC can beat St. Louis, Seattle's right where they want to be at second place in the North.
And to be able to win a game like this, turning the ball over 4 times, relying on your defense, Seattle is definitely 3 in a row finding their groove.
Hey, this is what the XFL is all about. Stars punting, even had the 4th and 15 successfully converted down to the wire.